We'd like to remind all the children to please leave the playing field as we prepare for tonight's screaming game. Once again, for all the kids that are out there on field number 1, please move out of the field. We'd like to call on all the match officials and players to please make their way to the field. Once again, match officials and players for the Litchfield Bears and the Northern Sharks, please head to the field. Before we start off the game, we will have a minute of silence, which we hope everyone will take part in.
You want Jesse to have his headphones on or not?
And here we are at Territory Rugby League Stadium for our big finals match between the Bears and the Sharks. Winner of this game going into the grand final. Sharks been the front runner all year, up against the challenging Bears, who led the comp and were undefeated for quite a way in the season, but have sort of had a couple of challenges over the last few weeks. With me is Rob Butcher, two-time Frank Johnson medalist, rugby union great, and Nightcliff Dragons halfback.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for the stitch up there.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks for being with us. I think we're having a minute silence here. So it's the men's premiership competition sponsored by Chemist Warehouse, and we're about to kick off a pretty...
Barnesy gets some rolling for a big pre-season, and I know they're in Art Fitness, but I think for those, like for the Bears, they're probably going to look to Billy Burns at 9 to roll them around, and then Boo Boo out the back to get him out of some trouble, and Nathan Dixon will roll him around through the halves. And then, again, probably look into the halves for Sharkies as well, with Brent Crisp and Mitch Burke there as well. So I think Sharkies will welcome the inclusion of Caleb Smith. He's just graduated from the fire service. But it should be some attacking footy with the halves taking control and leading their teams around.
And away we go with the Bears kicking off, and big Adam Hall coming in. He's 20 metres off his try line. Clinton Sheddock comes in off his wing for a good charge. He does that really well. The big man on the wing, you don't see too many of them in the game at the moment, certainly not at grassroots level, but he does a great job, Sheddock, and he's a real asset for them. Jacob McCarthy coming onto the ball, another experienced player. Good charge there, 40 metres out now, going for an early kick. Jaden Sneddon, nice and long, taken well by the Bears. And some really good numbers in that kick chase from the Sharks. They're pushing him, and it might even get him all the way out. No, but they just stopped short. Jackson there. Just 20 metres off their line, the Bears. It's probably an indicator of the enthusiasm the Sharks got in the back of that chase and tackle there, Rob. Yeah, I mean, and as any good kicker knows, that it's the kick chase that can actually determine whether the kick is good or not. So I think PD's definitely got the Sharkies boys keen for one here, but they'd probably also want to make amends for last year's grand final too. So. Yeah, absolutely. When we see a penalty there for holding down, it's not what the Sharks wants on the back of a really good kick chase. I don't want to be piggybacking the Bears up the field. So they're just past the halfway now. Head to the middle. Brodie Race in the 8 there, getting tackled for the Bears. Big Adam Hall there in the contact. Vanderberg, a good strong carry in the middle. They're set up on both sides. They could go either way here, the Bears. They're looking like this left edge might have some joy. Brock Priestley, a strong carry. He's had a really good year, Brock Priestley. Yeah, I think missing Jay Crawley on that edge too, but obviously Brock's in, and he's looking like he's going to do a good job for him tonight there on that edge with Nathan Dixon. Yeah, that's a good point. Jay Crawley's been instrumental for him this year, and a little bit too hard. We might have an injury here for the Bears, and that's a big one. It looks like Trent Wedding. I think Trent's their captain, and he's had a really good year for him. So that could be a loss for him if he's seriously hurt. Shuttle now, 30 metres out, the Sharks. Tommy Gunn, the legend, Tommy Gunn. Yeah, when you're looking at a player who's going to stand up and do a job for you, Tommy's been around for long enough, but he also knows what to do. But I think you put the mocker on him there. Well, you know what? I think he's in his 40s now, so he can make however many mistakes he likes. Yeah, that's still it. Yeah. He's he's a great. I'm a big fan of Tommy's, to be honest. I've watched him the last couple of years, and I think the last grand final Sharks won, he was man of the match, and he had an incredible game. And Sharky's life member too. He's been around there through the goods and the bad, but he stays loyal to the club, and he's been around and is always willing to do a job. Bears now, 40 out. They come back to the middle here, or they go down the short side? No, back to the middle. Brodie Race straightens them up. Vanderberg looking to get a carry on the back of that. No, they're out the back to Wedding. Onto the 7. They're looking down this right edge. No, they're back to the middle there. Vanderberg, another strong carry, 20 metres out. Stands in the contact. Can you get a good play of the ball? And they're back to the right. Race again, trying to straighten them up. Here they go to the left edge. Priestley, he let a look. It's all the oncoming defender. They're looking a bit better though, the Bears. They're looking like they've got some shape. They're letting it go past the halves a bit more. It's actually not a bad start for the Bears. Yeah, they're backing themselves, which is obviously what Barnesy would want to see. I think the challenging point for them is going to be to get a quick play of the ball in that 20 and really set themselves off the back off that. So Sharks now, 3 out. 20 metres off their try line. David Munro, another great player, David Munro. Plenty of experience playing Queensland Cup, territory boy, born and bred. Off Snedden to McCarthy, back in the middle. They're 40 out. Looking at this left edge, there's an early kick. Are they going to hit Hall? No. Is it the dummy? No. Going out the back.
Good strength there, Shane, to stay up and then get a quick play of the ball. But Chase is coming here on pressure on the kicker on the fifth. Sharky's in a bit of trouble there, but I think Bears might have gained it before going over the touchline. So Sharkies might be a bit lucky here on that one.
Yeah, what do they call it?
The Bears get out of jail with a knock on.
They have.
So.
Yeah, they thought they had some joy there. We saw Snedden in the 3, getting brought down there. Burke at 7. Race looking for another carry. He's had a couple of carries. He's started really strong, Brody Race. Good movement from Sharks. Great tackle and great movement. Numbers in. Doesn't even get past the advantage line. Getting a bit of width. Wetting straighten them up. Getting them in the middle. Gun in the contact. Vanderberg looking for a carry. No, they go to the left edge. There's Dixon. Dixon plays a bit of union as well. Does he, Rob?
Yeah, picked up, as an 18-year-old, picked up the Rising Star and the Eric Johnson Award as well for best player in the comp. So he's definitely got some skills. It's just making sure that they can get everyone on the same page and get some guys working off him.
Oh, I think he might have a knock-on from Bears here. Is he going to play that on? 6 again. And the Sharks have it. 8 metres off their line. Shettle taking a good strong run. If they can maintain this momentum, the Bears, they're really going to be a force to be reckoned with. There's a Snedden there in the 3, taking a scoot, finds his front. Sigiaro. Snedden again.
Snedden again with another strong carry.
Got a good right palm there, right arm palm. Wrapped up, put on his back, slows that play, the ball down. Gun out from dummy half. A great tackle from the marker.
So Jordan Linus with and the forced an error.
Jordan Linus can get a pat on the back for that one. He worked really hard at marker there, applied a lot of pressure, pushed the runner sideways and then grabbed him from behind and dominated and come up with a mistake. So that's a really good start for the Bears. They're pretty good. They got a pretty good team though, the Sharks. They've been good all year. They got some consistency right across the board. I think at some point they'll start to kick in the second gear, but at this stage it seems to be the Bears showing some dominance. Jackson now taking a run. The centre, that's what you like to see. Get your outside backs getting involved early in the count.
Get in early and give your middles a bit of a break.
Appo now, Appo the winger as well, getting involved. They're 40 metres out. Looking for a quick play of the ball, can't quite get there. And he loses it in the play of the ball. It did look messy. It looked like he was trying to wrestle out of it too hard and not securing that ball.
Yeah, I think both sides are just trying to really work to try and get that quick play the ball early on in the game, and they just need to settle down a bit and just have a bit of composure and make sure that they're not giving away easy turnovers on the second play or early in the set.
I think that'll be the Bears' Achilles heel, the old mistakes, and you can't make mistakes against the Sharks because they've got some really good attacking players.
Yeah, across the board. I mean, big forwards, you've got big outside backs. You've already seen the strength from Snedden and Chettle out wide. So, yeah, can't afford to give him an inch. And here's David Munro getting off the back of that and taking it forward with a strong carry.
Jaden Snedden, he's had a very good year at 9, Jaden Snedden. There's Hall now, takes a strong carry. They're 30 metres out. Setting up on this left edge. And see Mitchell Burke calling for it. And Snedden again, he's going to go through, is he? They just wrapped up. They've just scrambled in time, the Bears, to shut it down. Gunn nearly pushing his way through. Snedden a dummy half. Hits Burke. Kicking for the 6. Not a great kick. Yeah. Jackson cleans it up. Is he going out? He is.
Yeah, not the greatest kick and maybe not the best option, but then their work off the ball and their chase definitely made up for it, and now they get another crack at it.
Yeah, not a great kick. Jackson, he probably needed a bit of support around him and to try and find his front, but I think it was a kick chaser that applied the pressure on him and didn't allow him to get to ground. And Chris there at 6. Snadden out again. Gunn with another carry. He'll take 1,000 carries tonight. Tommy Gunn. Jacob McCarthy. Jake McCarthy, very threatening. 5 metres off the line. He's one they've got to watch when they're that close to the try line. And Snedden puts it down. Shettle tries to clean it up.
Gunny taking another hit up, moving him into the 10 there. We'll see whether the Sharks are going to go to the middle or they're just going to load up and try and go a double play out the back.
Berg to the middle. Looks for Crisp. Chris looking for a few options. They're a bit flat there and they take him out. No, he manages to get it in.
Again, Chris going sideways there looking for options. Someone's just got to straighten up and hit a line off him.
And taken well by Appo. And another good kick chase there. Gun in their face again.
Again, Bears looking for their outside backs to get them out of the red zone here.
The Bears making a couple of changes. They're pulling 3 off at the moment. They're getting we've got Luke Mahood, the old warhorse. Luke Mahood's come on. He'll give them another level.
Yeah,
McGilvray on a dummy half.
They've taken off Vanderberg, Race and Billy Burns, so obviously quick stint for them, but obviously want to apply some pressure through the middle there.
They need to control this set and complete it and maybe get an early kick. No, it's 5th now. A good chase. He's found a bit of space. That's not a bad kick. They need a good chase on the back of this. They're not looking too bad. There's a pretty decent line there.
And again, that's what Sharks will be looking for all night. Coming off the back of that, Chettle's taking a hit up and making 15 metres.
Getting into some early work, Shettle. There we see Sigiaro's come on. He'll give them another leg from dummy half as well. So both teams have changed their hookers and maybe looking for a bit more sting out of dummy half. McCarthy with a big right foot step. Not noted for his right foot step, but there it is anyway. Burke onto it. Picks up Smith. Crisp onto Pearson. Geez, he's strong out on that edge, Pearson. He really looks like he gets some toe. If he gets into some space, I think he'll be dangerous. Last tackle now.
Chance in their arm, the Sharks. They're not the...
There's a little bit of a panic there, Rob. They really looked like they were clasping to try and get the ball away and come up with something. It didn't look like there was a lot of planning in that set.
Yeah, and it wasn't like there was much showing from the defensive point of view from Bears either. So it wasn't holes that they really need to attack to. There's still 25 out and probably just need a bit of composure there and get a kick in and defend and reset.
What can they come up with now, the Bears? Probably one of my criticisms of the Bears in a few of their games is the lack of go forward. Just a lack of players putting their hand up, just wanting to take the ball and carry it up and make some hard yards. And this is almost looking like one of those sets, to be honest. I don't see a lot of aggression in this set, and they're kicking, what's that, on the third tackle? They're looking for an early kick, looking for a 40-20.
Yeah, and hasn't found the angle on that one either, so...
Mate, looking for the good kick. I didn't think that was a great attacking set, and I don't think there's enough blokes putting their hand up and wanting to, cart it forward and find their front, and that'll be to their detriment. So we obviously don't have scrums and the ball goes over the sideline. So Sharks will have a play the ball now.
Both teams looking a bit out on their feet. It's been a fast 13 or 14 minutes here for them, so they're definitely testing each other. It's going to be a battle as to, I think, who can use their benches effectively, and then obviously, as we said before, minimise those silly errors and turnovers, which we see one now from Adam Hall, which has been uncharacteristic.
Big tackle on Hall. I thought he was going to make a really big charge then and obviously turn it over. McGilvray, dummy half now, picks up Mahood. Mahood with a good carry, looking for Igno. He gets pushed back. Some great defence from Sharks. Tommy Gunn, once again, doing the hard yards.
Trent Whitting's just come off too for Dylan Vanderberg going in there. So a bit of a movement there in that forward pack, but we'll see if Vanderberg can give us some go forward.
Dixon on to Priestley. Priestley looking for some space. He's had a good year, Priestley. McGilvray, dummy half. Nice ball. Jackson, not much outside Jackson. I think they had it pretty well covered. He beats the first one. They've slowed him down a little bit. They've got a couple more tackles up their sleeve. Out the back to Dixon. A little kick from the one. Not a great kick. Not a bad option. They're only 8 metres off their line. But they're not looking like they've got much set up in those last couple of plays. Slower play the ball from the Sharks. Higuero and dummy half.
Yeah, some good early ball movement, but again, as you said, Sharks had it covered, and then the next play, not much organisation going on. Everyone's standing around waiting for someone else to put their hand up and lead from there. So up to the Sharks now to see if they can capitalise on it and get some good go forward here and make some metres.
Big strong carry from the 23.
An early kick, looking for that 40-20.
Is that out on the full? No. Jackson cleans it up. Or is that Boo? Jacobson.
Yeah, Boo out the back.
Dixon a dummy half.
That's some better go forward metres there from the outside backs from the Bears.
There's a penalty now.
Yeah, they've got a penalty.
They didn't need that, the Sharks. So it's first time refereeing a senior finals game for referee Paul DeVere. In the Army during day, and got into refereeing only a couple of years ago. Has skyrocketed up the levels in his refereeing. That's an ordinary hit up by Brock Priestley. I'm not sure what he was thinking with that hit up. He basically had his shape with the sideline.
Yeah, I mean, there was some space there, but it's sort of that fool's gold that you're enticing them to go there knowing that you can take them over the sideline and you get the ball back. So a bit of a coach killer there from a brain fade from Priestley.
That's definitely a coach killer. That just made no sense. That's anyway, they're walking now and they've got to get in position. They played the ball too early. Sharks are asking why. Aren't they allowed to play on? Vanderberg a dummy half with Race. Shettle onto it again. As I said, you'll see plenty of work out of Shettle. Elbow in the shoulder there from Shettle. A little bit of a push and shove.
Two former Nycliffe teammates there in Wilmington and Shettles, both now playing for separate clubs.
Be pretty handy at 7, Wilmington.
Yeah, definitely likes to lead the pack around.
Crisp with a short pass. On to Munro. Seguiaro, a dummy half, comes back to the left. Good carrier tackle there from Race. From Priestley. Hall again, strong carry to the middle. He's got some good workload under his belt. Looking for a big kick. Big challenge here for Jackson. Takes it back. Jacobson under it. Just come back from injury, Jacobson. He's been out for a while, so I'm sure that the Bears will be happy to have him back. They really need to clean this set up and get off their line nice and easy without a piggyback. McGilvray a dummy half. Looking for some options. See Jackson, the centre, getting involved again. Good to see the outside backs having a crack.
You can see the rest of the Bears pack out on their feet at the moment. They're just trying to catch their breath. So they're definitely having a work in defence. But again, here's another good run from their outside back for the Bears.
Yeah, it does look like a fast game. Little kick.
Chances.
That's a great kick. He gathers. He's got McGilvray with him.
Oh, and there was a hit off the ball.
I think there'll be a penalty there. He might even see the...
no, he might be in some trouble.
I'm surprised he hasn't seen 10 minutes. Or will he? No, he says sorry to McGilvray. I'd have sent him off if it was me.
Well, mate, you've got to look after your children, don't you?
Mate, you got to take care of your kids.
Yeah.
But, and he still might.
Yeah,
he calls him over, Paul DeVere. They might take the 2 here. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think if I was the Bears, I'd definitely be looking for that 2. Just after 20 points, showing that you've got something for it, and also just give your forward pack the opportunity to have a bit of a breather. But
I agree. I think 2 points would settle things down, and put some points on the board, and then they can recoup and go again. But anyway, they've got a bit of confidence in their attacking abilities. That's not a great start. But let's see where they can go from here. So an almost midfield. No one there. That's not a great start to the set. Vandenberg was there, but didn't look, and never got a mistake. So they would have been better off taking the 2 points.
Yeah, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but I mean, as a coach, you'd want to see that your team's confident back in themselves, but then it's up to the smarts and decision-making with execution and skills as well.
I think they just lacked a bit of planning there, They had a good, probably a good 40, 50 seconds to plan something, and it just went wayward, I think a kick for 2 would have settled things down, put some points on the board, and allow themselves to get more strategic in this game. So that was a pretty, possibly a game-changing decision there. Anyway, a good carry from the Sharks. Sigiara, dummy half. There's one on the ground. Chris with a good solid carry, normally a back rower. Played a bit of NRL with the Canterbury Bulldogs, and now he's at 6. He's a very good 6, actually, with the Sharks. Great kicking game, good leadership. Sigiara, dummy half, looking for the quicker play the ball. Prusy wraps him up well. Munro onto the ball with a good strong carry. He drags a couple. Well, they wrap him up. Vandenberg does a great job to slow him down a little bit. On the charge here, 42 metres out, the Sharks. Burke on the Hall with a nice big strong carry. Jackson coming in off his wing. I'm not sure. He's in his centres. Great tackle, kick from Burke. Taken from Boo Boo. He's very good under the high board, Jacobson. He played much Union, Jacobson, do you know?
I think he just had his first season with Casuarina Cougars last year, and obviously won the premiership with him, but yeah, definitely safe out the back under the high ball. I think if Sharkies are going to test anyone, they'd probably want to be looking to the wingers to test them and sort of move it away from Boo Boo. But as Bears get the roll on, and they're up to the 30 here, outside backs getting them out of a bit of trouble, and they're looking to move it back to the middle. They're just crabbing sideways a bit here and not necessarily getting the go forward. Wilmington here, early kick, but Chettles was back there, set early for it. We'll see him cart it back, and what metres can he make here?
It's not a great kick chase there from the Bears in the middle. They need to be better at that, but it looks like a pretty steady pace, and we've got a mistake. Looks like we might have a mistake here from Chettles, or we got an injury.
Yeah, I think...
What have we got? Looks like a mistake. No, he's given a penalty?
No,
high tackle.
Penalty for a high tackle, yeah.
Okay. It's not what they need, the Bears. They can be quite potent in their attack.
No, they're looking a bit unorganised with their defence here coming back. Everyone's a bit slow to get back, so obviously feeling the effects of the pace, but we'll see if the Sharks can capitalise on that moving forward.
Good run from 15. Struggles to get to his feet, play the ball. Another good strong run, their midfield. They got something set up on the right. Crisp is calling it for it on the right. Or are they going to Burke on the left? No, they go to Crisp. And what have they got? We've got a penalty. Can't see what the decision is. It looks like it's going against the Sharks.
Yeah,
back chatting. They had the ball and they back chatted. Might have been complaining about the penalty. Not really sure.
Yeah, either that or just obviously they're trying to work to get that quick play the ball. But again, if the defender earns the right to be on top and gets them on their back, they've just got to deal with it. We'll see if Bears can capitalise on that opportunity, getting them out of the red zone.
Mahood now. Good carry. Mahood beats the first and the second. Sigiaro runs him down. Looking for a quick play the ball. Gets a quick play the ball. Out to Race. Race working on this right edge. And momentum slows down a little bit with a slower play the ball. Wedding now looking to the middle. Looks to pick up Mahood. No, he's tackled centre field. He's 10 metres out. Got some options on the right. And they go to the left. Dixon with the ball now. Left foot step. Loves a left foot step, Dixon. He's renowned for a left foot step and a carry. Precy now. They could get some joy here. They got something. They set up on the right. They got a few passes to get through. They're going to get some width and a short kick.
Kick short for Trent.
Great catch. That's that Sigiaro under that. That's a great catch. They need a big defensive set here. The Bears. They need to really rip in and keep the Sharks down the centre. They might frustrate them after a while, and you could see a few more mistakes, but.
I think that's where the Sharks would be at the moment too. They haven't had many points scored against them in the last few rounds of footy, so they can be a good thing and a bad thing. And as we're talking about it there, Snedden comes up with an error there, so Bears now have an opportunity 20 out with a full set ahead. So we'll see if they can get organised and come up with a plan to execute.
Snedden in the back there, putting his hand up, taking ownership for the mistake. I think the best way to take ownership for your mistake is to get a really good defensive set on the back of your mistake.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's about what you're going to do next. Can't change that one. So
no. What
are we going to do next? And whether they attack him or if they're on the other side of the field, just being organised. And
they're getting plenty of options, the Bears. They really are. But, to be honest, they haven't even looked like scoring.
No, and I think the halves are standing off a bit. I mean, when Mahood made that break on the last set, both of the halves were still out wide near the scrum lines, but they were back as well. So it's not as if they're trying to offer anything straight away and just letting the middles take it up still. So they've got to take advantage of that front foot ball and attack the line. As Boo Boo settles here 10 metres out on the scrum line.
Just a simple play down the short side. And on the last tackle, I'm not...
not much doing there, but we'll see where they try to set up or if they can come up with something here and again or another wayward pass.
Another... no, Dixon can't get... Oh, a little kick. They might score in the back. Another little kick. Will it set up? No, it won't. Look, it's ugly. It's ugly, but it's entertaining. And I'm not sure if that's what Coach Barn wants to see. To be honest, as a coach, you want to see him be a little bit more organised. And with all the opportunities that they've had, I really think the halves could be doing a much better job at setting up and executing. There's not a lot of go forward, and there's some ad hoc plays. But look, it's still 0-0, and a lot of this game is spent down in the Sharks' end of the field. So something's going right for the Bears. With the Sharks now, midfield on the hunt. Snedden at dummy half. Might look himself. He does. Munro. Long ball back to Crisp. Crisp on to Jake McCarthy. He's a handful, McCarthy. Snedden again, back to Chris on this right side. Goes for a long ball. Was it forward?
Forward, but
no, he's let it go.
Hasn't been called.
A big kick on the inside.
Some space here. There's some numbers.
And Burke's was under the post. It was ugly, but it was a try.
Again, just as you're getting told as a junior coming through, you've got to play the whistle. So, I mean, there's no point standing around thinking it's a forward pass, and you can judge that for yourself on the replay. But at the end of the day, until the whistle goes, you've got to keep playing footy, and that's exactly what Sharks did.
And so we go to we go to the Chemist Warehouse scoreboard, which is 4-0. We have a look at the replay here. Bourdin, a little kick on the inside. Had plenty of traffic around him. Pushes off one. Gets it back to Burke. And Burke in the middle. It was really entertaining play, and they did very well. The Sharks, the play on the back of some offloads and then a short kick. So all credit to the Sharks at the moment to bounce back from having to defend so much in their own end of the field and to attack and score a try right off the back of all that. It's all credit to them, and we've got 10 minutes to go in the game. It's only 4-0. Kick come. Looks like he might get this one. He's almost in front.
Yeah, as much as the Bears won't be happy with that one there, I think both sides will be welcome in the break and just an opportunity to take a breather and get some water in here. It has been a fast 30 minutes so far, but Bears will definitely need to kick this off with another big defensive set.
Chris puts it over, and we go to the Chemist Warehouse scoreboard. Sharks 6, Bears 0. We just want to thank our valued partner of the NRL&T, Dabsco, high sponsor. Another great sponsor. Take care of us. Our junior rugby league presentation night, August the 30th. That's going to be a great night. It's actually at the event cinemas this year. Each kid gets some popcorn and a Coke. And possibly a trophy.
Yeah. Good night out for the kids and the family.
Absolutely. September 2nd, our junior grand final day and our senior prelims. And then on the same day we have our Carful, Alice Springs grand final day, which will be a good one. September 4th, our Frank Johnson and Gaynor Mags medal night. September 9th will be a big day. Our senior grand finals from 18s all the way through to B grade.
Sharkies have split them open again here. We'll see if they can come back to the middle.
It looks like they're going to score in the back of this. No, he puts it down and we got a knock on. We have. You see terrible response from the Bears there on the back of a try.
Yeah, Sharks playing exactly how they want to if they want to get into that senior grand final day there, but again, Bears lucky to come away with, I'd say, an unforced error from the Sharks, but we'll see if they can capitalise on it. So I think we've got Billy Burns down in back play. It'll be vital if he can get a quick play the ball from his middles and get a jump out of 9. He can really set them going on their way. But
I think that's what they're needing at the Bears, a little bit more go forward. The 9 taking them forward. We saw Snedden there blowing up, taking a bit of charge. One set, boys, one set. I see Gunn in the front row. Dixon the feed. They're 15 metres off their own try line. Mahudi at the back. Linus taking one off the scrum. Jackson with the ball now. He's pretty decent with the ball, Jackson. He can get some space. But they shut that down pretty easy, the Sharks. And we got a drop ball. Looks like we do. And we've got Coach Cleo in the room with us at the moment. He had a good win today. He's got a second chance next week against the winner or loser of this game. Coach Cleo, have you got any comments about your game?
I thought it was actually a great game of footy. The first 15, 20 minutes, it was pretty solid. It was fast. It was intense. And we spoke about it all week, about if we can stop the firepower for the first 20 minutes or so in that first half, we could be able to, should be able to grind out a win. And it's probably a little bit different from a Brothers side of past. They were prepared to grind and do the hard stuff and got the rewards at the end. So very happy with the game. Actually, it's probably the best game that side's played all year.
Yeah, mate, I think they were definitely up for it. They looked, as you said, able to mitigate the Raiders' offence and just control and stay a bit composed. And then you had guys like Caleb Nicky coming off the back of it and just really providing some good spark. And I thought he had a really great game to Savo.
You can see the Bears now on the attack. McGilbride dummy half. Out the back, Linus coming onto it. And then just shy of the edge of the post. It looks like he might have an injury here. He's okay. Gets up slowly. We're wetting with the ball now. Looking for a short one. No. He goes down straight away. What have we got now? The Bears haven't been great in their attack from this end of the field.
Oh, it's a bit scrappy there.
Short kick, but what's happened here? What are we seeing? And we're going to knock on the back of that kick. They haven't been great in their attack at this end of the field, the Bears. And we have a look at the replay. Dixon putting in a short kick. And then I think we saw Priestley try to regather but knock it on. Good defence from the Bears. They do really need a big defensive set if they're going to keep the Sharks down this end of the field. They got to be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, it was. Caleb Smith getting a jump out of 9 and giving us some go forward, but they need another 1 or 2 of those and finish off the set with a big kick.
He got him out of trouble with that run. He put him on the front foot a little bit, but they've slowed it down. The Bears.
David Munro
on that right edge. Great tackle and a great little one-handed offload. Goes to Pearson.
He's been great working off Munro there, Pearson. I think Munro obviously shows a bit of an experience and knows when to pass and when to hold, but Pearson's a bit electric and works off that as
Jacobson cleans it up.
Clean up out the back and made some metres off it, beating a couple of defenders.
Jackson with a carry. What are we looking for in our Bears here? I need a bit to go forward. No one's really putting their hand up at the moment. And there's an early kick on the third, I think. Not much of a kick. Looks like it might find touch. A really ordinary set there from the Bears. They're not really having a lot of sting in their attack at the moment. But they're completing, and as I said before, they're spending a lot of time down this end of the field.
And again, kicking from midfield to the left sideline, which there's space there again, but kick wasn't executed right, and there wasn't a kick chase either. So, yeah, I think they really need to get their organisation sorted out and make sure that they can just complete sets. And I know that that's something that Coach Barnes will be big on going to the halftime break. He'll probably talk about their completion rate.
Sean Carey from Vandenberg. It's a Jacobson now. But there's that footwork again. He's taken that out of the closet. It's an ugly play the ball, but he gets away with it. No, he doesn't get away with it. He just didn't quite get to his feet and play it properly, and I know that's what that penalty be for. And we see Burke there trying to argue, but at the end of the day, if you don't get to your feet and play it properly, then that's the result. So what do the Bears got now? We've got a few guys with their hands on their hips. McGilbride, no, he's going to kick. They didn't trust him kicking for line, so they bring in the big guns to have a shot.
Again, I think Jacobson's redeemed himself from that last attempt at a 40-20 there, but again, it's up to the Bears and seeing if they can set something up here and get their halves involved. They've got Wedding set up midfield.
Not a great option. What have we got? No one was ready for it. Sharks defending really well, at the moment. They're shutting down everything that's been thrown at them. You know, the Bears have gone to the edges a couple of times, but there's always someone there to shut it down. But we see another mistake, and we're starting to see a few mistakes creep into this game. Referee DeVere calling something. We've got a lock missing out the back of the scrum.
Oh, missing a half, I think, there.
Oh, you're missing a half.
It's not like Nathan Dixon. He's normally trying to get out of defence. As a half, you want to jump in and not have it to defend out on the line. So,
Shadow with a strong carry. Well defended by Bears on his back, 30 metres out. Good strong carry, tackle there from the Bears.
And it's Trent Wedding in there again.
On top there, good shoulder in there. And what have we got? A bit of a push and shove there from Wedding on the back of his big tackle.
Yeah, 13 from Sharks, not happy with that shot there, but again, that's footy, and if the ref's going to play it, then that's what you've got to deal with. But
he's seen something here, referee Paul Levere.
I think the 13 might have had a bit of a back chat to him. We've already seen Seguiaro giving away a penalty when they had the ball for back chat, so...
Could this be a penalty going against them, or are we just going to go to a play the ball? And that was a good talking to. Kieran Danavard, or Danavaro, the 13 for Sharks. He's had a pretty strong game. I've confused him with Tommy Gunn a few times. He's actually having a really good game. Plenty of hit-ups, good work ethic. Jacob McCarthy. Chris now with the short ball and a Munro. Beautiful ball, but it's a knock-on. It's actually getting to be a little bit scrappy now. It's only 6-0, but geez, there's a lot of mistakes. Getting very stop-start there, Rob.
Yeah, and I don't think there's much due out there either, so it's not like the boys have an excuse. I think it's, as we've seen them, a lot of hands on knees and they're blowing a bit, so again, that composure just coming into it, and they've just got to simplify to make sure that they're executing their basic skills and not giving away easy errors.
Trying to wind down the clock there, the Sharks. Play out the last 50 seconds. Ref calls time. It's back on now. They feed the scrum. They go wide. And we've seen another mistake. Is that off the Sharks? We don't see off the Sharks. Did he drop it? Did he pull it down and come off him? No.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's called it a one-on-one rake or the Bears have just put that down. So we'll have to wait a minute to see what the ref calls here. Sharkies think it's going to be their ball and they're setting up for the scrum. They want to have a crack here before half-time. And the refs awarded it to the Sharks. Chettle's lining up midfield looking for a strong carry here.
The 35 metres out.
Smith out the back.
Looking to go on the attack. Burke. Smith out the back.
Not much happening there, but they might get one or two more plays in.
20 seconds to go. Snennett dummy half. Munro with a good strong carry.
This will be it. Last play for the half.
Danavaro,
Sharks, you'd say. He's got a field goal.
Chris goes for the field goal.
He's just pulled it to the left there.
Right, and we go to the Chemist Warehouse scoreboard. And we see the Sharks 6 and the Bears 0. Our men's premiership competition. And we thank Dabsco for your support. And we will see you after the break for the second half.
Chemist Warehouse Men's Premiership between the Northern Sharks and the Litchfield Bears will be continued on. Let's hear the lineup of who's playing tonight. From the Northern Sharks A-grade men, we've got Caleb Smith, Vincent Shield, Bradley Schnitter, Samuel Pearson, Brody Bordini, Brett Chris, Mitchell Burke, Jacob McCarthy, Jaden Sinner, Adam Hall, David Monroe, Thomas Dunn, Kieran Donovan, Robert Kumemeya Ropado, Cooper Seguiano, Shaquille Addo Morris, Alex Hanidu, and Damien May. And for your Litchfield Bears A-grade men,
Okay, and we're back for the start of the second half between the Bears and the Sharks. It's 6-0 on the Chemist Warehouse scoreboard with the Sharks in front. And with me I've got a special guest in Caleb Nicky. Thanks, Caleb, for joining me for a quick interview.
Yeah, no worries. Always good to have a chat.
Mate, what can you tell me about your game this evening that you've won? So that puts you in a second chance for the grand final next week, playing the winner of this game.
Yeah, no, I think like one of our main focuses was just to complete our sets, especially coming off our kick returns, like off the kickoff. And I think we did that really well today. Like, extremely proud of the boys. And then another thing, like just getting that fast style of rugby that brothers are used to playing, and just sort of playing to our strengths.
What did Coach Cleo say to you at half time?
Pretty much just keep doing what we're doing. Like, just we're doing everything right. A few things here and there, but majority all good.
Is he good for a blow up at half time, Coach Cleo?
Oh, they're really they're rare, his blow ups.
Does he ever pick you out personally as an individual and absolutely tear shreds off you? Like, has he ever done it to you personally? Is there a story you can give us?
Nah, not yet. Not yet. I can't recall any times he's picked me out personally.
Can I ask you, mate? Can I ask you about your kicking? You kick it for brothers. And if I'm honest with you, I've seen better kickers. And, you do tend to take about 5 minutes before you take a kick. What goes through your mind when you're taking your time for that kick?
Not a lot, to be honest. I'm just sort of staring at the black dot and just sort of saying to myself, get it in. Just sort of repeating that in my head. But
do you say don't miss before you kick?
Nah, not before I kick. Maybe before a game, but not before I kick. That I feel like that jinxes me.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Caleb, and I wish you all the best for next week. And hope you guys get the result that you want. And thanks for joining me.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
And we see the Sharks here held up. They go back 10. I thought it was a try there. So their team meters off the line. Snedden playing the ball. They go into Burke. Hall now with the carry. He's held up. Snedden at dummy half. Gunn down the short side. No, he's held up. Just held up there by the Bears defence. Hall with the ball out the back. Pretty free flowing there. Bears trying to scramble, wrap it up. And we might see Shettle take it over, and he does. Big strong Shettle on that left wing. Not a great start for the Bears. Not the start they want for this second half. But obviously the start that the Sharks want.
No, big Chettles, he's hard to stop at the best of times, but especially if you're standing on your flat-footed on your try line, you're backing Chettles in there 10 out of 10.
We see the replay here on the back of the Hall pass out the back. Donavo.
A bit scrappy. He did well to get an offload there, and Burke's just put away, identified short numbers there. And
he makes it look pretty easy, to be honest there, Cheryl.
Yeah. I think Bears winger maybe had something to answer for with why he was holding back so deep, but the rest of the defensive line are pushed up, so Bears need to ask themselves some real questions here and see what they can do to bounce back. They've got to be the next to score if they're going to go close to winning this.
So it's a big kick here for Burke. No, for Chris, sorry, out near the sideline. 22 metres out. It doesn't look too bad. No, it's gone across the face of the post. And we go to the Chemist Warehouse scoreboard. Sharks 10, Bears 0. Not much in it. Bears can certainly crawl their way back into this game. They've just got to cut down the mistakes and see if they can gather some momentum in their attack. So we see a kickoff now from Jacobson. He kicks down to the left. McCarthy now with a big strong carry. Finds his front, looking for a quick play of the ball. Hall on the back of that, another big strong carry. Building some momentum here, the Sharks. Also finds his front. Burke with the ball. Short one to Snedden.
Yeah, Bears need to make that tackle there. They're a bit short. If you could get away one more pass, and Chettles would have been down the sideline again, which is where they had this tackle.
They're going to target that right winger, I think. So they're over the 50. It's tackle 4. They start working it back to the middle, and a great tackle there from Wedding, but he bounces off, and they keep playing on. And there's a mistake in the Sharks there, and we see the Bears with the ball. No, we're going to play the knock on. Not great from the Sharks there, but they're chancing it and seeing what they can come up with. They bounce back though. They're getting around each other, slapping hands, keeping the positivity in the group. But a great tackle there from Wedding. Just unlucky he couldn't stick in the contact. It looks like he might have actually injured himself here. He's battling a little bit. Are they going to make an interchange? No, he's going to stick it out. He's a tough.
Yeah, they need him out there, the Bears. Be a big loss if he was to go off and have more minutes on the bench, but
they're midfield now. 52 metres out. Vandenberg with a big carry. He tries to find his front. He's wrapped up, turned on his back. Not crisp.
Numbers here short side.
We see a mistake. Bordina cleans it up. Looks for a quick play of the ball.
Pearson, good run out of half there.
Pearson, he looks lethal, Pearson. If he gets into some space, he's going to be big trouble. Chris now on to Jacobson. It's McCarthy back to the middle. They got some options on this left side. Hawes winding up to push through. Out the back to Burke. Burke for a long ball out to Snedden. We see the touches coming on. I think there might have been a shot off the ball from the Bears there, and we'll see what comes of this, but it looks exactly what the touches come in for.
Yeah, if that's what it is, I think it's Warmington from Bears might be in some trouble here, but again, not needed, and definitely not what Coach Barnes would be looking for from his half as well.
And who's he calling out here?
Yeah, it is Matt Warmington there, and I think he's lucky to
called out. Looks like
stay
a
on
late
there.
shot
Just a
off the
penalty
ball.
there.
And they call him back. Shadow looking for a quick run. Tommy Gunn now with the ball in his hands. Good tackle there from Brody Race.
Finds his front though. He gets a decent play of the ball.
With a good carry. Good play of the ball. Bit of joy there for Sneddon. Sneddon finds it. He does. And a decent play of the ball.
Short.
No, he is short. Settle trying his luck, and it's a bit sloppy now. So what are we going to call here? Is that a penalty? We've called a Shepherd.
Yeah, Shepherd, or he's gone into his own player, but either way, Bears lucky to have the ball there, and good clearing kick, and they're up to the 30 for a tap.
Jackson now taking a carry in. Oh, there's a strip there in the contact. Are we going to see a penalty? No. Geez, it looked like a strip to me, but obviously it wasn't.
Yeah, I thought there was 2 in that as well, so
yeah.
It could have been Bears with another penalty moving upfield, but
getting a bit fiery here between the boys. Has he gone for a penalty? He has. It has been a penalty for a strip. So he got it right from a bit of a helping hand from his touch edge there. And so now they're 40 metres out. Strong carry. They're going to work towards the middle. Mahood now. Mahood trying to stand his ground. Plays in the contact, looking for a quick play of the ball. On the short side. A longer ball.
again, Billy Burns got the jump out of 9 there and moves it onto his half, but just the skill execution is not there tonight for the Bears.
I can see Coach Barnes probably would have struggled with that one, I'd say. It's especially on the third tackle. They're trying to get themselves back into this game and build some momentum. Sharks now with the ball. Shettle taking another hit up. Good strong carry, dents the line. Got some numbers in the contact from Bears. Snedden at dummy half. McCarthy trying to get a good play of the ball. Almost midfield. Munro trying to get in behind the ruck.
And it's forward.
And a forward pass. This stop-start brand of football that ended up in the second half of the first half seems to be continuing onto the second half. Rob, what do you reckon?
Yeah, and then to add to that, there's some tempers flaring too. So I think it's definitely, Sharks have the upper hand on the Chemist Warehouse scoreboard, 10-0, but I think it's really going to come down to who can keep their heads cool and then just some composure with the ball in hand as well. Bears obviously need to get some go forward here and be next to score, but again, just mitigating those unforced errors and play the simple game.
Jackson with the right foot step, finds a bit of joy. They're 30 metres out. Mahood trying to work his way to the middle. Numbers from the Sharks. Jacobson there and Gunn trying to slow him down. They do a good job. Vandenberg looking for a pass out the back to Dixon. Dixon on to Jacobson. Jacobson pushes one off. And Jackson's there. He's just stayed in.
Much better shape there from the Bears, but Pearson read it well out wide and was able to slow it down a bit. Forced Jacobson the pass.
Fifth tackle. They're going to come to this left edge. It's a not a bad pass. Can he get around the winger? And he does. Is he in? I'm not sure. That was a close one. I'm not sure if he actually stayed in field.
If he's got it down, he's done well there.
He has got it down, and I don't think he did. And Touchy's put a flag up, and I think they're going to call it. Although they're just going to have a chat about it and review it. And we look at the replay. Great little passage of play.
Yeah, great vision from Dixon. Saw that they had the numbers there. I think Caleb Smith's done enough there to force the Bears winger over the sideline.
And I think his foot's come out first, mate. Definitely wasn't a try, but good for Bears. That's a really good passage of play. A nice little long ball to the winger. Beats his opposition winger and Bordina. Just unlucky not to execute the put down. So they're back in it. They're on the hunt, the Bears. In defence now. Sharks building a bit of momentum, working their way up the midfield. Seguiaro at dummy half. Out to Burke on this left edge. Bears getting behind them, pushing back, numbers in the contact. Navarro plays the ball. Crisp now looking for a high ball. Jacobson, he's under it. He's quite good under the high ball, Jacobson. Picks up Jackson. Jackson taken down. Dixon a dummy half. Bears making a change now. Trent Wedding coming back on. He's a loss for him. Oh, what a big tackle there from the 23. And Tommy Gunn, a big tackle. Appo now with the ball. Winger getting his hands dirty.
I think Sharks might have had a call to turn it up a notch here in defence. They've had a great defensive set so far. Forcing Bears into an early kick, and I don't think he's hit that one.
Is it out on the full? It has gone out on the full, not the set the Bears wanted. And again, we just didn't see enough Blake scrambling to try and cart that ball forward. So unlucky there not to find touch, but it's a play the ball for the Sharks as it went out back to the spot where the Bears kicked it. Tommy Gunn there having a bit of fun there with the Bears. Numbers in the contact. They turn the big man on his back. He gets up for a play the ball. Seguiaro on the Crisp. Crisp on the Munro. Bumps off Wedding. Bumps off McGilvray, but they wrap him up now and take him to ground. Wedding and Race.
Proven to be a handful there, but I think they come to the wrong side there.
Well, they got Priestley out on this left edge, and he's actually quite a good defender. But they're heading to the Bears' right, and they've found a bit of joy. All they need to do is straighten up and push straight through them, and then they're over.
Right line.
And a relatively easy try there for the Sharks. Worked them to the right, and then attack down the left.
Again, Bears defence not reacting and having a look at the numbers. Sharks obviously come to the right, and they only had 3 guys there. Dropped them under, set it up, and Robbie, the number 15 there, with a great line, and he just ran hard and straight. And
we see the replay here. We see Crisp, first receiver, gets it out to Navarro, and a really good line from the 15. Pushes straight through. Beautiful try. Beautiful try, simple, nothing complicated about that. A couple of passes, and then pick up someone playing more direct, and it just threw the Bears out. And now the Chemist Warehouse scoreboard sees Sharks 14 with kick to come, and Bears still 0. Tommy Gunn now coming off for a rest. Being replaced by Alex Manaju. Looks like he's coming on for the first time. Crisp lining up for a kick. He's successful. Chemist Warehouse scoreboard sees the Sharks now 16, Bears 0. They need a really big defensive set here, the Bears, have they got any chance of getting back into this game. Big long kick, Smith under the ball. Strong carry from the Sharks. His centre field, 25 metres out. Seguiaro, dummy half. De Navarro brought down.
He's got through some work tonight, De Navarro, as Munro.
He's had a good game, yeah. They're 40 metres out. Goes to Chris. Chris looking for a long kick. His kicking game's been the difference. Awkward bounce for Appo. He seems to clean it up. He does a good job there to protect himself and keep the ball. And the first one on the scene there is Chris after his kick. Jackson now trying to take it back in field.
Again, Sharks showing numbers in the tackle, working to get up in this defensive line. With Bears showing the same as what they have for the majority of the game, with not too many people getting back to work off the ball.
Mahood finds his front, gets a quick play of the ball. McGilvray trying to get out of dummy half now, gets a bit of joy out of dummy half, and that's what they need. They need some go forward. And there's a strong carry out of dummy half off a really good play the ball. And we see a few more of those quick play the balls. We might see a little bit more of that from the Bears.
They've got it back.
We have McGilvray. Has he got the speed? No, he's just pulled up.
It might be 6 again though, so Bears on attack here. And Trent Wedding.
Is Wedding over? No, he's short. Long ball out to Dixon.
They've got numbers here.
Dixon to Mahood. Playing out in the centres. Sorry, Race. Good right foot step. They're attacking with a little bit more venom. There's a little bit more go forward from the Bears. Not the greatest pass. Didn't hit anyone. It's the last tackle now. Wedding at dummy half. Down the sideline, and he's out. Could it be a second effort penalty here? No. No, he was arguing that he might have been taken out late, and look, he probably had a pretty good case to put forward there, but as you can see, the momentum probably stops a little bit, but it must have been splitting hairs there. Anyway, because he's gone out, the Bears will get the ball and they'll play it. They're 30 metres out, refresh their attack. They've got a little bit more venom and a little bit more sting in their attack now, playing a little bit more direct.
We'll see what they can do here. It looks like they've got 3. The Bears have 3 ready to roll on here, so...
And we dropped the ball on the first tackle.
Coach killer.
They look like they're building on a bit of confidence here, the Sharks. They're really getting around each other every time they make a mistake. They're looking a little bit more connected. Shettle now off the scrum. Good tackle there from the Sharks, from the Bears. Slow him down, numbers in the contact, on his back, Wedding and Vanderberg. Tommy Gunn onto it now, really good push there from A's and B's from the Bears. McGilvray on there. De Navarro now, another carry, good play the ball. Chris looking for the long ball, no, he goes short. To Munro, works really well with Munro on that right edge. He's always looking to come onto the ball. Munro, he's never standing still or flat. He's always looking to come onto it. Putting a bit of pressure on Chris there. Last tackle. Sharks looking for a long kick. Appo under it. Nice return, looking for an easy play. The ball was a little bit messy, and unfortunately, he's made a mistake. I think he panics a little bit in his play the ball. There's been a couple I've seen there. He fights really hard to get to his feet, and as he's fighting so hard, he's forgetting about how crucial the possession is. Rob, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, we said it earlier on, it is a coach killer, and it's not something that you want to see, but it's also an unforced error and a real easy one to try and take out of your game. You want to fight for that quick play the ball, but in that situation, all you need to do is just be safe and work to get coming out of your red zone on your first tackle. So take the time and just make sure that you settle yourself and get a correct play the ball.
The Sharks now throwing the ball around, looking to play 25 metres out. Munro, good strong carry. Finds an easy 10.
They've set up on this right side again.
Long ball, no, he's put in a kick and looks like he's onto it.
Seguiaro down the right side, I think he's got to that.
That's a pretty good try there from the Sharks, and Chris, some really good vision and a good execution of a simple crossfield grubber. A really good eye to spot that. And we see the replay. Chris now demanding on the right, looks for the long ball, puts in a short kick. Fullback's not there, and we see the 16. Shaquille Addo-Norris with a great try. He's been a real threat all night, Addo-Norris. They're playing with some confidence now, Sharks. That looked like a really, really well executed play, that.
Yeah, and I think he had the option for both the pass and the kick as well. So they're obviously pretty well organised. And they're all on the same page. So whether they've that's one of their plays that Coach PD's led them to, or if it's just coming off the back of some front foot ball, they're definitely on the right page and communicating well with each other.
Crisp now. He's a metre in from the sideline, 25 metres. Well, more than 25 metres out.
He's bringing it back.
He's got it. He has. Sharks now moving out to a 22-0 lead on the Chemist Warehouse scoreboard.
And as you said, starting to play with some confidence too, throwing the ball around, looking for an offload in the tackle and just trying to keep it alive.
It should be a penalty to the Bears there, I think, because the Sharks caught it within that 10-metre area. That could have gone either way. It could have gone either way, that one, because the Bears were going for the contest as well, but it was the Sharks that caught it first. So it's probably what they need. Priest, a big strong carry from Priestley. Dixon now looking for Vandenberg. Vandenberg trying to straighten it up, beats one. Taken down by Munro and Crisp. Out to Wedding. Wilmington a right foot step. Out to Linus now. And see Wedding there trying to organise. Are they going to come out to this long side? Wedding's got it. Little fumble. Does he go out the back? No, he goes straight to Chris. Chris in some space. Not sure if he'll go all the way. Priestley does a good job to chase him down. Looks like he's hurt himself, Priestley, in that tackle. No.
Again, Pearson, though, on the back of it, and he's been electric all night. Does he have the legs, though?
No, I think they're going to pull him down just short. No, has he got there? He's held up. Gee, that's a good tackle. And that's Linus makes that tackle. Good tackle from the second rower. Out to the left now, back in the middle, McCarthy. Let's see some footwork. No, picks up.
Danavaro, that is again, with another run.
Out to Smith. Oh, nearly see an intercept there from Jacobson, but he just tapped it a little bit too hard. I reckon we would have been tough to pull down from there.
Had to play at it though. The Bears was really stretched for numbers there.
They're looking pretty tired, the Bears. You get some hands on hips and hands on knees. The boys slowly coming together to form this scrum. You can see a lot of tired bodies out there.
On the flip side, though, Sharks are looking keen for it. They've got a little short side play here, seen some numbers.
I think they're going to get some joy. And we see Snedden, and he's taunting him, Snedden, and he's over for an easy short side try off the scrum. Just slow to react there on the Bears. We'll have a look at the replay. So we've got one defender. We've got the one out the back, Burke with a little carry, and then you basically had a 3-on-1 situation there. It was a slow response there from the Bears and an easy try from the Sharks, but it just shows how much better they're playing as a unit at the moment in their attack. You know, they seem a little bit more planned in their execution.
Yeah, weathered the storm early on, and Bears definitely looked as though they had the upper hand there for the majority of the first half, and I think it might come back to the decision not to take the 2 points, and that could have given Bears an upper hand and another breath of life there, but they backed their chance early in the first half and didn't pay off for them, and since then Sharks have had the roll on, and it's showing on the scoreboard there. 26-0, the kick to come.
It's starting to blow out. They've still got 10 minutes. I think it could even get to the point where the Bears are playing for pride.
Yeah, maybe Coach Barnes starts thinking about next week, and if that's the case, he's definitely going to be no walk in the park with that tough Brothers outfit.
No.
That they put out today.
Crisp now lining up for the kick. You kick well tonight, Crisp. And it's an easy kick there for Chris, and that brings the Sharks to 28 and the Bears 0. Well, the Sharks going through to the grand final, Rob. I reckon they're going to be a tough team to beat.
Yeah, definitely. They haven't showed too many opportunities that other teams could take advantage of tonight, but again, it will just be up to who shows up on the day, and at the moment it's looking like Sharks will be one of those teams, and you'd have to say they'll be pretty well drilled and composed and definitely up for it after last year too. Snedden takes a good run, taking him over the 30 for the second tackle.
Snedden to Snedden, the two brothers. De Navarro with another hit up, finds his front. Slower play of the ball. Wilmington there gives him a little bit of a touch up. You see the 23 from Sharks, a big front rower. He's had some really strong carries. He's made a big difference for the Sharks tonight. Down the short side again with Munro. Munro went for the long ball and then he went short. Is that to Sigiaro? No, not to Sigiaro. Pearson. Back to Chris now, looking for a big kick from Chris. He goes a short kick. Is he going to get it back? He does.
He's held on.
He goes for another one. Doesn't quite come off. And we're going to see a knock on there from Sharks, but I think it was the last tackle, so it'll be a hand over to Bears maybe.
Obviously they've got the scoreboard buffer, but I think that just shows the confidence that the Sharks are playing with, and they're backing themselves, and it almost came off for them there.
And they've been a little bit like that, eh? A bit of chance footy.
Yeah, I mean, their first try come from that chance footy, right-hand side.
Brody Race now looks to take a hit up. If anything, he got him to centre field. Show and go there from Linus. Boys struggling to take him down, but he finally get him there. McGilvray taking a hit up. Looks like he might be playing in the second row, a lock at the moment.
He's earned him a penalty there.
Crusher. A crusher tackle, is that what they call that? Bears now with a penalty. 35 metres out. What can they do? Two infield, Mahood now. He's centre field. And another penalty coming this way. Just lifting the legs a little bit. Munro trying to get in there.
So you know what you want late in a game when you're looking at a grand final berth there. The last thing you'd want is players missing out because they're on report or they've had to make a midweek trip to the judiciary.
Both teams have got some pretty big games coming up. The last thing they want is to get a few people sent off. Referee Paul DeVere now going through with his touch judges, breaking it down, what he saw, who's at fault. Well, 28-0. I don't know about you, Rob. I honestly didn't think it would get to 28-0. I thought it might have been a closer contest.
Yeah, definitely leading into the game. Thought it was going to be closer, and especially for the first 30-odd minutes as well. It was a tight tussle there and was looking as though it could have been anyone's game. But the Sharks have been able to weather the storm and they've pushed through and been able to capitalise on their opportunities and obviously chanced their hand as well and had a bit of luck on that side too. But
they've probably taken their opportunities a lot better than Bears have, you're right. And thrown a bit of caution to win when some of their plays, and a lot of it's come off, and I think that's also an indicator of a team that's playing with confidence. Jacobson getting a talking to. He's not looking happy. He doesn't look like it's going to go their way. He's actually looking quite heartbroken on the result of this conversation, so it looks like a penalty.
Which, if it doesn't, it'll be that the Bears have followed through with a bit of carry on after the whistle's been blown. But
Burke and Snedden getting spoken to on report. And 10. So that's Snedden been given 10. He's had a good game, Snedden. I think he's played nearly the whole game at hooker. It's no easy feat. And he's been pretty solid. He should be happy with his performance. And we see Munro getting given 10 as well. Now, not that I saw Munro throwing in punches, but he did come in when he didn't need to. But he'll take his 10 minutes and he'll move forward into the grand final, I'd say, in a couple of weeks.
Maybe Jacobson wasn't happy and he wanted 3 going. He definitely, he definitely walked back from
He's a hard man to please.
Yeah, penalty try, 30 out, I don't know.
A penalty and 2 players sent off, and the response that he gave didn't match. We see the Bears now, 25 metres out, midfield. What have they got set up? Linus with a hit up down the right. They're coming to the left now. A bit of shape here. Dixon, what's he got outside him? Maybe a little bit too wide on his pass. I think he could have started a bit tighter, that jockey runner there.
And maybe needed someone straightening up and just trying to hold the defenders up as well. It's almost like Bears were throwing shape there and they were 2 players down. But
Dixon trying to play the ball. Looking for a run. This looking a bit more promising until they get to that point. Jackson now.
Again, chance to run, but not the execution to finish it off.
No.
They got on the 5th.
And what have they got for an option for a kick? They got Appo's getting up for it, and Shuttle takes it quite easily. He'll work his way up for a 20-metre restart.
Interesting tactic over on that side with the height mismatch not in their favour for the Bears.
Yeah, that's an interesting winger to kick for, isn't it? Yeah. You've got the tallest man on the field against the shortest.
Hall trucks it up. He's been big tonight. He's got through plenty of work for them.
He has. His carries have been the difference, to be honest. Him, the 23.
And there's Danavaro again with another one.
Yeah. Their forwards back been pretty strong. And we've got a penalty against the Sharks for an incorrect play of the ball. It was a sloppy one. He rushed it. Quick tack from the Sharks.
McGilwray's off.
Right foot step. Looking for a quick play of the ball. It could be another penalty there. No. Lets him get away with that one. Mahood now. Good strong carry. Danavaro lines him up, finds his front, looking for a quick play of the ball.
There's an opportunity here on the left side if someone can square up.
Dixon trying to take him on.
This looks as though Bears don't have their timing right tonight with their runners. And
the kick came down this left edge, but I don't think it's ever really on. And then we see a kick from Linus. And I think when you get to the point where your second row is just kicking for the sake of kicking it, when you're only 20 metres out, you've lost your way a bit in your attack. And I think that's probably half the issue with the Bears at the moment. Maybe there's not enough direction from the spine. Big strong left hand palm, and he's straight through. He's pushed off about 4 players. Shettle. That's a monstrous run. With only 2.5 minutes to go, 28 points in front.
Yeah, I think Sharks just looking to slow it down a bit here. They've got 2 off the park, and I think after that run he's sort of earned a break, but I don't think they can afford to sub him either.
No. I think he's all right. He's doing a great job at milking this though. But he did, as you said, he did earn his stripes in that run. And tackle from the Bears there in numbers. And it's a loose carry. I don't know if he'll go with a penalty. No, it was a loose hold in that contact. They're not looking too phased, to be honest, the Sharks. With 2 minutes to go, I don't think they're under any threat at this stage.
Same time, Bears, I think they know that it's gone, and I think they're hoping the clock would wind down just as quick as the Sharks boys are.
Oh, I think you're right, mate. I think they're probably keen to recover and start getting ready for next week.
Yeah.
Another pass there. They might have got some joy. You saw Shuttle there was very, very deep in the defensive line. McGilvray now coming onto it.
Yeah, it would have been good to see Bears try something there. Obviously, Sharks down 2 players, but again, Bears just content with playing it through. And
this left edge seems to be the one that they're more comfortable with attacking down, but it's just not. There's no joy there. Yeah, there's nothing going on. You've got a big winger on that left edge and quite a big centre as well for the Sharks. And I don't think I've seen the Bears once go down that edge. They've kicked to that side a few times, which didn't really make sense.
Hasn't shown to be the right option, but I think maybe crisp on this right side edge for the Sharks defence has got them organised, and David Munro's been playing that side as well. So them combined with Pearson, they've obviously gelled pretty well throughout the season. and it's shown tonight.
Bears now looking to put a push on in the scrum. And goes Sneddon now, taking the ground. He's 22 metres out.
There's plenty of referees
he sent
out
someone
there.
for 10. He sent someone from the Sharks for 10. They had the ball, and one of their players has been sent for 10. Now, I'm guessing that he's mouthed off, obviously, maybe asking for the penalty. I'm not really sure, but he's obviously done something wrong. And penalty going to go to Bears? Yep.
I'd like to see Dylan Vandenberg just take a shot here.
Shot a goal.
Kill the clock and take the 2 points. End the game on a high, take some confidence rolling into next week.
With 2 points?
Yeah. 100% goal kicking rate for the night, and there's a positive. As we say there, Jacobson ships it out to the side there to Apo, and Chettle shuts it down with some great defence.
A little scoot down the right edge. I think we might see a try here from Jackson.
Might still get his shot at goal, but
showing a bit of smarts. It is a try. I don't think the Sharks will be too threatened by that going forward, but there's still a kick to come. Will they still take the kick, the Bears? I'm not really sure, but I've been doing a lot of soul searching, and we see a lazy effort there from the markers. And a little show and go. Everyone switches off, and actually quite a simple try. And it would have been good to see that type of thing going on a bit earlier in the game from the Bears, where they were playing a little bit more direct and what was in front of them. But an entertaining game nonetheless. And Sharks will go through in 2 weeks' time to the grand final, and the Bears will live to fight another day against Brothers next week, which should be an entertaining game, I'd say. Who are you putting your money on?
I think after the display earlier on from Brothers, I think I'd probably have to say that they'd be my favourites going into it. Obviously able to weather the storm just like Sharks did tonight, but then able to capitalise on it and execute their skill set as well when required too. And just with the flary players like Caleb Nicky and Chris Mio and Kenny O'Connor that they've got, there's definitely some strike power in that Brothers side. But they've also got the guys up front that are willing to have a go and do the tough yards as well. So I think it should definitely be an interesting and entertaining match next week. But if I had to put my money somewhere, it'll be on Brothers at the moment.
Yeah, well, I agree, mate, and I probably need to see some improvements from the Bears before I come to a final conclusion on that. But I would say at this stage, on the back of both performances tonight, Brothers might have an edge. But, a week's a long time in football, and the Bears can review this tape and listen to this commentary, pick up some words of wisdom. Maybe Nathan Dixon, I'm sure he'll be listening. He'll be looking to get some highlights out of that game, but I don't know if there's many there for him. But again, the halves definitely need to take control, and I think they've definitely got to go forward in them, the Bears. But just getting them to a point and getting that direction, and the halves probably need to get their hand on the ball and a bit more and take the line on. So hopefully they can recover well, and Coach Barnes, I'm sure, will have plenty to say to the boys and get them up for next week, because they're lucky to be in the position where they've got a second crack at a grand final berth. Well, mate, thanks for your time, and the final update on the scoreboard for tonight's game on the Chemist Warehouse scoreboard was Sharks 28 and Bears 4. Thank you to our game day partner and Dabsco and iSponsor. Just a reminder about our Darwin Junior League presentation night on the 30th of August, and also on September the 2nd we've got our grand final day for our juniors and our senior prelims. We have the Carful Alice Springs grand final day, September 4. We've got our Frank Johnson and Gaynor Mags medal night, and then on September 9th we'll see our senior grand final, and we will see Sharks definitely in that game, coming up against either Bears again or Brothers. So thanks again, and we'll see you next week.